Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zephr, and in today's video we are going to be using Ursaluna. So we're still kind of using the Cooperaja team that I built last video. That was hard TR. This team isn't as hard Trick Room. You've got things like Among Us that can support you, but the main factor in this team is Ursaluna. If you've been playing Regulation D at all, it will be no surprise to you that Ursaluna is an actual demon. If you don't know, Ursaluna has ridiculous stats as it is. It gets Guts, which is an ability that boosts the damage that a Pokemon does when it has status conditions such as like burning, paralysis, and most of the time your opponent wants to, say, Will-O-Wisp your physical attackers so that they actually do half physical damage. Ursaluna doesn't have that issue, it does double damage. Facade also gets more damage when it's burned, paralyzed, heal, anything like that. So when you Flame Orbit and you've got Guts, you have this actual tank that can pretty much wipe the floor with 99% of the roster of Pokemon that we can play with right now. It is actually ridiculous. Even Cresselia doesn't really stand much of a chance against Ursaluna. But without further ado, let's get into the mini breakdown, because we're not going to do a huge breakdown today, because I kind of broke this team down in the last video, so I don't feel like I really need to break down most of it. I'm just going to break down the two key changes here in the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about with this team is Among Us. So Among Us isn't optimal here. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't come to a lot of games, and I kind of just put it on the team because we're primarily playing in Trick Room, and Among Us is really slow, so it benefits from that. I do have another build of this team that I'm going to be using in the next video that I think is really, really strong. Gentle sent me a paste for it. I think it's insane. I can't wait to show that off, but for the case of this video, we're using Among Us. Among Us kind of functions so that, you know, if you need to get Trick Room off, you can do that with Cresselia, or if you need to protect Ursaluna and you can't, like, say, Fake Out, you can use Rage Powder, so Ursaluna can do what Ursalunas do. Pollen Puff lets you heal your Pokemon. Rage Powder is Follow Me, but it means that your opponent's Pokemon, besides Grass types, will have to attack Among Us, or if they've got safety goggles. So, you know, your Ursaluna can kind of just fly around the field and do whatever it wants to. Spore is great in Trick Room because Among Us is always going first most of the time, and you can sleep your opponent's Pokemon that can be spored, and then Protect just because you want to be able to play the mind game with your opponent, as I always say. This Among Us has the Citrus Berry because my Gyarados is running Rocky Helmet. Citrus Berry Among Us is no secret to anyone. It's seen so much play over the course of Regulation C and Regulation D. Among Us is a ridiculous Pokemon, I've said this already. And then it has Water Terror because you don't want to get hit by things like Heatran, Flying, any sorts of fire types or flying types that can really just deal with it straight away. So yeah, Among Us. And the second thing I want to talk about is Ursaluna. So this Ursaluna hasn't actually changed from the other video. I just wanted to go more in depth with the Pokemon itself. So Ursaluna has a very high HP pool. It's got a ridiculous attack stat. The only problem is that it's very, very slow. So you need to use it in Trick Room. It will not function very well out of Trick Room. You can get it off if you're, you know, you manage to live a rolled attack, but there's so many things that threaten it in the metagame as of current because people were so worried about this Pokemon. Things like Urshifu Rapid Strike will just punch through your Protect and murder your Ursaluna if you don't Terrastallize. What else? Well, Rillaboom. Rillaboom will destroy your Ursaluna quite happily. Fluttermane, my Fluttermane especially, Energy Ball Grass will destroy your Ursaluna. This thing is incredibly good, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come with weaknesses. Its main problem is getting onto the field and actually activating that Guts boost with the Flame Orb and getting the Trick Room up. Once you've got those parts of your board set, Ursaluna can do absolute work. I mean, it can probably win the game on its own. That is the running joke. This Pokemon is that good, it can just destroy anything and everything that it can hit. But, you know, it requires that setup. So my Ursaluna is 252 HP, 252 attack, and then Brave Nature, so that increases attack but lowers speed. My Ursaluna also has 0 speed IVs, so it's as slow as it can be, so it will outspeed other Ursalunas that don't have that, amongst other Pokemon that function in Trick Room. Facade is the main stab move for normal, plus it gets boosted damage if you're burnt, which your Ursaluna will be if you're using my Ursaluna or the most common Ursaluna there is. So that goes to a 140 base power move. Guts boosts that even further, so this move becomes literally a nuke. And yeah, it can almost one-shot anything in the game. High Horsepower is a great stab move for Ursaluna for ground because Earthquake is really, really good. But you are going to be in positions where you don't want to use Earthquake. Like, Earthquake's going to allow you to deal with 2 Pokemon at a time, which is, once again, stupid. But you also threaten potentially knocking out, say, your own Fluttermane or your Iron Hands or stuff. If you've got Gary or Cresselia on the field, you're fine because both of those Pokemon avoid Earthquake. But if you don't, then you don't have any form of stab ground. So High Horsepower is there. There are other moves you could use. I've just decided with Gentle to use High Horsepower as it's 95 base damage. Obviously then you get the Guts boost. It's 95 accurate and it's another form of ground stab. And ground is a really good aggressive type in the current meta game especially. So yeah, I think it's worth having another ground move on there that's single target so that, especially if your opponent has wide guard as well and you can't just EQ everything, then once again High Horsepower allows you to do that. A lot of people were using Headlong Rush, but I don't see the benefit to getting a 120 base power move when high horsepower is almost there anyway with no drawbacks, and lowering your defense and your special defense every time you use it, and then your Ursaluna getting dealt with, and then your opponent potentially sweeping you. So I think high horsepower is optimal personally, and then Earthquake on the side as well. And then you've got Protect so that you can once again play the mind game with your opponent, besides Zephr, because he will just punch you for your Protect, and you need to get your Ursaluna out of there then. But that is why we have the Water Terror, so if you see Zephr, then you can Terror Water, and that thing is not going to do nowhere near as much damage as it would like to you, and you can then just deal with it yourself. So yeah, this Pokemon is busted, and this video will prove it. Besides that, this team is the exact same as the Copperajah team that I used in my last video. I will leave a Pokepaste in the description for you guys to look at for the stats, the moves, the reasons, etc., all that sort of stuff. I won't leave a rental here today. There's no code in the corner, there'll be no code in the description, because this is not the optimal team I want you guys to be able to rent. I want you to rent the next team that I'm going to use in the next 3 days. And you will see when I post that video why I want you to use it and how good that team is and why it is better than this team personally. But this team and this video is primarily to prove that Ursaluna is probably the most broken Pokemon in the entirety of this game currently, and it's not even close. And that is going to be about it, guys. So if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like on the video. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. I tell you all the time, and I thank you all that do. If you are enjoying the content overall and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm so close to 600 subs. It would be amazing. We're getting closer and closer. We just keep going up, and yeah, I've got nothing really negative to say. If you do subscribe, I really appreciate you. If you don't, then that's fair enough, but I would love it if you did. Turn your post notifications on so that you never miss a video from me, like this video here, like my video that I'm going to put out in 3 days, and so much other content that I do. Leave a comment on what you think of this team or Ursaluna as a Pokemon. I love hearing from you guys. Your feedback is awesome, and I love talking to you and interacting with you, so thank you very much if you do. And besides that, that's really about it, so let's get into some games. I have been Zephr. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Right, show me the leads, boss man. Scizor and Landorus. Scizor covers for me bringing Fluttermane. Landorus covers for me doing exactly what I'm doing right now. But he's not going to like this because my Gyarados is on the field, and this kind of forces his terror, right? So, like, this is a good lead for him, but also a bad lead because his Lando shuts down my... Do you know what? We just fake out and we just Waterfall this turn. Like, there's no need to do anything else. Like, I'm not setting Trick Room this turn. I can freebie do this, like, and it either forces his Lando to Terror, and we find out what the Terror type is, or we get super effective, or we hit something for free, but Lando doesn't get to do anything this turn, so that's actually huge for us. Withdrew Scizor, okay. We've got to be going all in on the Lando then. Hands is concerning. Booster energy hands as well. Oh god, I've ran this. This is horrifying. Okay, right, we have to deal with that. Are we going to take out the Lando on turn 1? Is that really like... My opponent really not willing to use his Terror to save his Lando? That's fair enough, I respect that. The Lando has taken a hell of a lot of damage there though, so... What's my next play here, for real? You go after my Gary with Wild Charge. Do you know what? I think we can just full rotate swap this here. I think we bring in Cress, and we bring in Ursa as well. And that is it. Yeah, we just full rotate here. This is fine. Brings out the Lando. What comes back in? That is my question. Tornadus. Okay, that's fine. This is problematic because I don't have my Taunter on the field now, right? If he does go after my Gary with a Wild Charge here, though, however, he's going into my Ursa, which is going to do nothing. If he Drain Punches, we might lose the Ursaluna, which, well, actually, we probably will lose the Ursaluna because Iron Hand's booster is nothing to screw around with, for real. Yes, right. Correct prediction. That is huge for us. We're going to get free Guts boost here. He's going to taunt my Cresselia. So here we just go Terra Fairy, Moonblast this slot, and we protect in this slot also, I'm pretty sure. Yes, huge damage, don't get me wrong, but it'll be some damage, so we definitely benefit from that for sure. Getting any chip on the Iron Hand is huge. We have no fake out pressure either, so let's just see how the turn goes, really. Drain Punch. Yeah, suspectable, so I expect you Drain Punch into the Ursa slot, right? Little does my opponent know. Here we go. How much damage we getting? Almost half. That is actually huge. Thunder Punch my Crest. Jesus Christ, my man is sending. So he made a good prediction there as well. Like, he wants to get rid of my Crest, and that's fine, right? So we'll bring Hands to the field. And does my opponent not have Drain Punch here? Surely you do. Like, all day you have Drain Punch, right? Like, I feel like I have to bring Gary out here. I don't want to, but I have to. Like, and then we can fake out Taunt next turn. And actually, that is our way of getting Trick Room up. So this can be a game of just getting the positioning right. So we also get an Intimidate on this hand, so we are going to get some of that damage mitigated now, which is huge. Tailwind. Okay, this is fine. Rain Punch into Gary. That's nothing. Plus, you're going to take more damage from my Rocky Helmet than you're going to regain there. So, I'm playing really, really well right now. I'm very happy and satisfied with my play. I think I can protect. No, I can't protect. Right, no, we have to fake out and we have to taunt here for free. And then next turn, I can always bait out the Thunder Punch there by bringing Ursa back in. Oh, he's going to withdraw the Tornadus. Okay, that's fine. So we've got Scissor, Tornadus, Iron Hand, and Lando. Okay, this is fine. Fun story. I genuinely think my Gyarados probably outspeeds the Lando, though, so we can probably deal with it. He's got Detect Hand, so it doesn't have Assault Vest. Okay, right. This is... The more information we gather, the better. So we've got Thunder Punch, we've got Drain Punch, we've got Detect, and we've probably got Fake Out as well, right? So I can probably outspeed this turn, take out this Lando, but then what's the play here? If I lose Gary, I have no Taunt whatsoever, right? So I feel like I have to Drain Punch this and I have to Protect here. Yes, we have to get rid of... The Lando probably threatens my hands, but I can't not go for the kill on this Iron Hands. This Iron Hands is the... Oh my god, the Lando's not even staying. The Lando don't want to get water forward. That's fine. So, Taunt comes back out. That's fine. The only problem is we probably get outsped because Tailwind. But we just need to deal with the hands quickly. Thunder Punch. That's fine. Does this hands have speed investment then? This hands... the Intimidate really coming through there for my opponent. Do we just send it into this Tornadus? I think we just send it into the Torn, you know? Oh, I don't want to double protect here, but I feel like I have to. I feel like that is the optional play here, right? I have to double protect here. Oh my god, we're getting outplayed now, right? Landorus, that's fine. My opponent knows that he has really good board here, right? I need this double protect now. Please, please, please. No. Not Omega Huge. That's my Gary gone, for sure. But that hand is going to be extremely low now, for sure. Right. That is actually fantastic for us, even if it doesn't seem that it is, right? Because now we can bring Cress in for free, actually. And the funny thing is, my Cress is now going to outspeed that Iron Hands. So this actually works out, funnily enough. I've lost my Intimidator. Yes, absolutely. Not good. But I can do this, and I can do... Actually, this is Detect Hands. Do I take the time to set up Trick Room here? I feel like I can take the turn to Rain Punch this Iron Hands and set up the Trick Room here, because we would prefer to be in Trick Room. Yeah, we have to do this now. This has to happen now. Oh my god, Fisher Lando, what is this? This is terrifying. No way. Oh my god, I'm so glad that Okay, right, that's the final. We are in really good position here, right? Fisher Lando is actually horrifying. That is, the fact that Fisher is even viable in BGC is horrifying. Right, now we are Poggers. We are top Pogger champs now. Scizor is not what I want to see, but I don't really have much choice. Right, so we have to Heavy Slam. This hand needs to come off the field right now. Like, I need to get hands off the field. But I need to get Crest off the field as well. Then can I just win the game in turns? Right, so Torn's not going to have Protect. Don't know about Scizor. Lando, we have how many turns of... Oh, right, no, I need to... God damn, this is horrifying. I'm going to Heavy Slam this Lando, and I'm going to swap out Crest for... No, I'm not. I'm going to swap out Lando for Ursa, and I'm going to... Oh, damn. Don't like this whatsoever. I feel like I have to just Lunar Blessing here. Yes. Because I can't lose my crest. Like, I don't know if a Bullet Punch will do it to my crest, but I don't want to lose it at all. And this also lets me reset the Intimidates. And, okay, right, you went after my hands anyway, that's fine. Ursa does not appreciate that, but crest gets the Lunar Blessing, so we get all that health back. This game is actually super close. But I have definitely got the advantage here now that I have Trick Room up, right? Stomping Tantrum into my crest. He predicted me to swap in there, yeah, for sure. He was predicting ally switch on my crest into that slot and Stomping Tantrum, which is a good read, which is a really good read. Unfortunately for you, my friend, that is not going to be the play here. So we are going to go back into Iron Hands now, and we should be fine here too. It does give him a win condition in 3 turns, I think it is now. Lando leaves. That means Tornadus is going down here. He cares about the Intimidate here. That's fine. Respectable play. Protect. Understand that as well. Too bad you're going to lose the Torn here unless you've got the Sash, but I don't think you will. Bear wins all. Yeah, there we go. You got Covert Cloak Torn. Everyone runs Covert Cloak Torn. There isn't a Torn that doesn't have it, I'm telling you. And now it's just Lando and Scizor versus 2 hulking, slow mecha tanks, so to speak. And my hands can just fake out the Lando, so the Lando can't do anything, and we can just... I don't know how much damage Facade does into the Scizor, so we're just going to high horsepower this Scizor, and we're going to fake. And I think the game should just be about done now. Like, that was a hard game of ball position in there. I just had to get Crest in at the right time. The best play he can have is to double protect Scizor and... just, well, Lando can't really do anything here, so Lando goes Terra Ground. Okay, that's not going to matter at all. Like, you're just going to get fake outed. Boosh. Good damage. High horsepower should end this Scizor's life. Yep, just like that. I don't think the crit mattered anyway. We're Guts boosted with 252 attack. Like, that's Scizor was just getting absolutely annihilated anyway. Oh, the bear's so good, so you just have to get the bear in at the right time. Drain punch. There we go. Sweet. Either run or... Yep, there we go. There goes the Facade. Lovely. GG's, bro. GG's. GG's, Chubby Dragon. Actually good game. Very good game. I enjoyed that. But that's what you expect when you play high on ladder, so... Among Us and Lando. Hate that. However, you're probably going to hate it when... You know, I fake out... Actually, I'm not going to fake out. I'm going to Terra, Grass, go after Lando, and I'm going to Trick Room. And that is as simple as it gets. Obviously, Among Us functions in Trick Room, so it sucks a bit, but it doesn't function enough to, like, cause me any havoc with a Terra Grass hands and a Safety Goggles with Cresselia. This is what, like, this lead is made for. And then you just gotta weave the Ursaluna in, as and when. Boop. That's too bad, fella. That's too bad. Very sad. That makes me very sad for you, my friend. Now the question is, does this Among Us have... What's the word I'm looking for? Rocky Helmet. Right, what do you target here, though? I'm sure you probably go after my crest, right? So... I think I can swap Ursa in on this side, and... Actually, do you know what? No, I think I can swap... don't think I swap anything. I think I Heavy Slam into this to find out about Rocky Helmet, and I go Ursaluna this side for sure. If he predicts and spores me here, this sucks, but it is probably what a good player would do. I just have to hope that. Ah, there we go. That's what we like to see. Right, 36 damage means nothing. Heavy Slam into this. Good chip. U-turn. That sucks. But we've got Ursaluna on the field for free here, so this is actually poggers. Now it comes down to how slow is that Among Us. Actually, no, it doesn't, because that Iron Hand's going to fake us out all day, right? So this turn we go Drain Punch into you, and we just Protect into you, and that is really it. I expect his Iron Hands to go Terra Grass here as well, because he doesn't want to be getting hit by Earthquakes. But my main concern here is actually the Among Us over everything. So, yeah, Among Us at all anyway. I think whittling away the Among Us is probably actually the best play here, but I want to get some HP back up on my Iron Hands here. So that was a safe play there for my opponent. Like, this is also just a safe play for me. I expect you to Pollen Puff into my hands here, actually. Like, or no, you fake out it, so you probably Spore, right? Yeah, that's fine. My question is, does my Ursaluna underspeed this Among Us? And yeah, I don't think that is the case, unfortunately, here. So we do have to work this Among Us here. So I'm going to just go back into Crest here, because I can just heavy slam, Helping Hand boost, and get rid of this stupid mushroom as fast as possible. Getting rid of the hands. So we go back into Lando here, right? Yeah, that's fine. Intimidate is definitely huge for my opponent here. I don't know what Lando's really got on my... Yeah, like, this Among Us is literally just getting played right now. Like, it is my biggest threat, so I do have to play around it, but I'm making it look like a mug right now, so... You know what? When does this Trick Room end? 1 turn. Right, this is the perfect play here. So now we just go Moonblast into... Do we... Yeah, we can get free damage here, can't we? Or do we just... I think we just heal here, actually. I think healing is probably the best bet here. Yeah, we just Lunar Blessing for free here. Like, and hope both my Pokemon are at max HP at the end of the next turn, so... I need to reset the Intimidate on my hands because it's doing no damage to this Among Us at this point, so... And then my Gary can free taunt this Among Us to make it leave the field, and we can reset Trick Room, so... Plus, this Lando is going to be absolutely mortified that I have a Gyarados here. Oh, the Among Us is leaving. Okay, that's fine. The hands is back. Okay, so what did the Lando do here, then? Rock Slide. Okay, that definitely hurts my Gary, but nowhere near as much as you would have liked it to. The idea is, like, what do you prioritize here? Do you like... So, I know my opponent's team besides 1-1 now. So, do you... I have to save my Gary. I think we go back into hands here. And... No, I don't. I protect here. And I think I reset the Trick Room here if I can. But I probably get fake outed for this. But at the same time, I think this is something I have to kind of do to control the speed. Terra Lando here, right? There's no way you do anything else. Yeah, so this is huge now. Like, because now we know where this... So my hands can actually deal with this Lando now in Trick Room. So now I have to get the Trick Room back up. That is, like, my primary, like, function right now. So that leads me to believe you probably attack with that Lando this turn. Yeah, fake out Crest. That's what I expected you to do. And then Rock Slide, yeah. So Crest takes a little bit more chip here. But what this does mean is that I can probably get away with doing this and resetting this Trick Room again. I'm playing so fast right now, and it's because I know exactly what I want to do. This Ursaluna might be about to have a field day right now. Yeah, here we go. Big 11 damage. Wild Charge, yeah, see, my man, I read you like a book, and now I am in the optimal opportunity to win this game. Because I don't think it matters what you swap into a guts boosted Ursaluna for sure. Right, EQ. Lunar Blessing, because it's not going to matter after. And I get to full heal my Ursaluna and get it burned again at the end of the turn. So, yeah. I am in the driver's seat right now. Among Us. Hello, Among Us. Get ready to take an EQ, Among Us. Is that Among Us in a dive ball? Did I just see that correctly? Like, Crest don't care. Iron Hands is going to care. Goodbye, Iron Hands. Among Us is actually being absolutely annihilated by that. That is funny as all hell. Grass type, right? Citrus Berry Among Us. Okay, that's fine. But we have eliminated the biggest threat to my team. That Hands was terrifying. If you've got Urshifu, then this is just even worse. That Among Us is my biggest threat now. So, Lando, that is fine. We are okay with this. Here we actually just bring Hands back in, right? Yeah, we just bring Hands back in. Hands comes in. Just thinking what I do here. Like, do I Moonblast into the Lando? Like, Do I take a risk on this Among Us? I think this Among Us just spores, so I'm not too fussed, actually. I think I'm, like, what's my hand HP? I'm going to Luna Blessing again. Just keep all my Pokemon at full. This is why Cress is so disgusting. Pollen Puff Lando. Okay, I actually could have got away with killing that thing then, so that's huge. But what do you do here? Do you just, like... Do you U-turn? Like, that's a play you could make. Stomping Tantrum. Okay, that's fair. My opponent just wants to deal with the bear, but we're not putting the bear in harm's way, so, you know. I can actually just Wild Charge this sort now, and do you know what? Just to be a menace here, like, how long have we got left on Trick Room here? 2 turns? Right, we're going to help in hand my Iron Hands on this. Withdraws Landorus. What comes in? Oh, Chion Pao is not going to die this turn, but Chion Pao is not going to have fun here, that's for sure. That's going to have Sash, so, like, we can't get rid of it this turn. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, no, that doesn't matter because we're grass types. So that just does nothing. My opponent's panicking. Jump Power is down to 1 HP. I'm just going to Wild Charge again because, like, quite literally, there's nothing you can do about it. I would fully expect you to just... I don't know what I need to do here. Like, do I just go after Among Us this turn? I think I do just go after Among Us this turn. I think I just, like, Wild Charge. No, I just Heavy Slam the Among Us and I Moonblast into the slot because, like, you know, if you don't protect, which you do, like, but this just covered the safety that Chion Pao, like, goes down this turn, so. Pollen Puff into my Iron Hands, that's fair. Heavy Slam into the Among Us. That's a crit. No, it's not. That's just full damage. Oh my god. So without Intimidate, you can just do 60% to Among Us. That's insane. I think I do just cycle into Gyarados here, though, just to knock down, to 1, get rid of the Intimidate here, and 2, get my Intimidate up, so both these Morn are weaker. Plus, it allows me to guarantee my Cress's living. But I think my opponent just quits, because he'll be like, God damn. No, he's not. He's still playing. I love this. I don't want my opponent to quit. I want to win this game on in my actual move play, rather than my opponent being like, whoa. That's down to normal damage, essentially, because I Sword of Red, and that Lando's down to normal damage too. Ice Spinner, that's what I expected to happen, so that was a good swap. That's also going to give the Rocky Helmet, so your Chion Pao is going to die. And then my Cresselia is going to guaranteed get this Trick Room back up, so you are just done. Knock out my Gary, do it. Oh, so sad. Trick Room goes back up. I played my Cresselia so well in this game. Right, I think, actually, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this because I think it's funny, and my opponent's going to quit anyway, so there we go. GG's. Very GG's. This team is so good, honestly. I'm going to climb ladder with this team.
Saves hundreds of lives.